Good morning. Welcome to my SilverSneakers Flex Chair Yoga class. I'm Olivia. Let's get started against the back of the chair. Oh, push that spine back into that. It feels awful darn good to me. All right. Settle in. Tuck the shoulder blades underneath you. Go ahead and open your eyes really wide and then just let them drift closed if that's comfortable to you. If you feel like you need to have your eyes open, that's okay too. But take yourself someplace else. Remove everybody around you. Let go of this morning and yesterday. And let's not move into the future just yet. Be present right here in your skin on this chair. And allow your awareness of your breath just take over. And then just let the corners of your mouth draw back and a little bit of a smile. Open your eyes, soft gaze, and a little smile on everybody's face. Let's push out to the edge of the seat. I'm going to drop the soles of the feet together. And then just come into seated mountain pose, although you're at the edge of the seat, getting a little inner thigh stretch right here. If this is uncomfortable or it feels unusual to you, you don't want to fall off your seat, feel free to put the feet on the ground. Otherwise, let's just try this. Sitting nice and tall on the tip of the sit bones. This also will pull you to the tip of the sit bones, but be sure we don't overextend that, so stay at the tip of the sit bones. Breathe again. All right, that's tipping the head over. Keep the eyes closed if you like. Drop or open them, drop the chin down to your chest, come over to the other side, and right back up. And then we go the other way. We try to avoid that backward motion without cramming those cervical vertebrae into one another back there. So just stay in this semicircle in the front first. And one more time, come on back to that right side. And lifting up to look over the right shoulder. And then drop the chin, come up looking over the left shoulder. All right, let's bring the soles of the feet to the earth. Heels right underneath the knees. And we roll the shoulders around. And again. And then begin to make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to shove off my legs like I'm taking off here. One more time. Lift the hands forward, palms up, outside edge together like you're serving up something. You feel those shoulder blades separate, right? So then we're going to slide the hands down the back of the neck and open wide. All right, press in the elbows back. Same thing again. Line the edges up. This time I'm going to tuck my chin to get a little deeper stretch in the back of my neck. And then hands on the head, slide them back down. And here we go, open wide. And again, forward. Tuck the chin if you'd like. Hands at the top of the head, the back of the head, open wide. And one more time. And all the way around. And this time, let's keep them out to the side right here. Okay, so I'm going to close this up and come back. I'm going to turn my upper body to do this. Nothing turning in the legs. Stay grounded on the feet here. Another way. And back. Two more. And last one. And let's get this other range of motion around that spine here, this lateral movement, side to side. Ooh. Pressing that opposite sit bone into the chair so that right one presses down as you arc over. Then you can use these oblique muscles to get you back up. Press the left one now. And then the right one down. And one more. All right, we hinge forward, reach back, squeezing the shoulder blades, and circle sweep. Hands come forward, chair pose. Sink back into airplane. Circle into chair pose. One more time. And this time, circle sweep, come all the way up. And while you're reaching up, tuck the tailbone underneath you. Reach. And tuck it underneath you. And reach. Top shelf right there. And again, it's going to roll back. Sweep that belly and lift. One more time. And lift. And then turn to the right and let the arms float down. I'm going to take my right hand and tuck it into the back of the chair on the seat right there. And then I'm looking to the right wall. Maybe turn, look over the right shoulder a little bit more. Tuck the chin down, look towards the earth. Come up looking over that left shoulder. And come right back to the front. Deep breath. We go the other way. Same thing, lowering down. I'm going to take my left hand and slide it into the chair right there. Just for a little bit of leverage. Shoulders are square, yeah? So I'm looking to the left wall. And then I'm going to look a little more towards my left shoulder. Tuck the chin down towards that little notch in your throat. And then up over the right shoulder. And then come on back. Leave that hand there. Take the other one across. I'm going to pull out on the knees as I hold my hands there and stretch across the shoulder blades. All right. Release. Deep breath in. Forward fold. Look down towards the toes and then halfway rise. Heart comes forward. Yeah, I'm pushing into my legs here. Little baby cobra. So bring the heart forward to me. Then I want you to put the sit bones back on the chair. They have no doubt rolled forward. So push them back. Fire on the core muscles and let's reach into chair pose. Drop your shoulders, everyone. Yeah, yeah. All right, deep breath in and all the way down. Sit back and let's bring one foot up first into the chest and then slide it out. And again, we're going to rest against the back of the chair today. And again, and out. And one more time. And this one, I want you to let it pull you up nice and tall. And we're going to pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release down. Same thing on the other side. Roll back, sit against the back, and pull that in whatever is comfortable for you. Give the hamstring a little bit of a stretch. It's a nice low back stretch. In and out. And those core muscles have fired on. Let this one pull you forward nice and tall. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Sit back in the chair. And we're going to take this bicycle. You can drop one foot down towards the ground, or you could leave them up, or you can extend them out. But those core muscles are going to fire on. We're going to go 8, 7, 6, 5. Everybody breathing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop them down. Circle sweep. Up we go. And release that. All right. Very, very nice. Let's grab a drink and move around to the back of the chair. It looks scary, like everybody was holding their breath. That's not good. Okay, downward facing dog. Step on back. Feet underneath the hips. And then soften the knees. Hinge at the hip. Push the tailbone towards the back wall. Lengthen the arms as best you can. Maybe lengthen the fingers to me. Lots of good options here. A little movement maybe, anything you need. You want to try bending one knee and then the other. You want to turn the tailbone to one corner and then the other. Notice what feels good, what you need today. And let's always remember that. All right. If something is accessible today, let's celebrate it and do it. If it's not, that's okay. We honor that as well. Take the gaze over the chair and step into mountain pose. Feet, heels right underneath the sit bones. And nice and tall. Tuck the elbows in towards the waistline. Little soften the knees as that tailbone turns towards the earth. Yeah, nice and tall. Heart is lifted. Put a little tuck in the chin. Yeah, because we've been this. Yeah, so a little tuck in the chin. Yeah. Reach forward, sink into the knees. And just reach forward here. Feel that great calf stretch, and then we're going to open the arms wide. Feel the shoulder blades draw together. Again, sink, shoulders on that imaginary wall behind you, whatever feels good to you, and then open them wide. And down, sink. Just connect this with breath any way feels good to you. And open. All right, let's take the feet out a little bit wider, and we're going to leave the arms out here. So coming into star pose, drop your shoulders, everyone, and then let the ribs and the hips connect. Fire on the core muscles. Okay, now I'm going to turn my toes out if they're not already. Just turn them out just a little bit, and I'm going to bend. Call these moonflowers. Press through the ceiling. The fingers go up, 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 but the shoulders are down, right? Sink down. First thing you want to do is let those shoulders lift up, but don't let that happen. And again, pushing up. Fingers are splayed out. Energy's coming out. We'll get little lights on the end of your fingers right there. One more time. And up. All right, let's bring your hands to the chair. I'm going to step back just a little bit and take some standing cat and cow. We'll use the chair first. Inhale, eyes up, heart forward, like you're looking for something. And then exhale, sink into the knees, tuck the tailbone, look right back down towards the thigh muscles. And then again, we're going to straighten the legs, straighten the arms, take the gaze up, get this nice front body stretch here. And then exhale down. And then again, nice and tall. And then exhale. Okay, I'm going to give you another way to do that. Feel free to stay there on the chair. Otherwise, I'm going to slide my hands down, coming into this chair pose, all right? So my knees are bent. I bring the heart forward. And then exhale, tuck the tailbone, look right back towards the navel. And then again, bring the heart forward. Another way to take cat and cow. And exhale. 2 more. And exhale. Now round the spine, come all the way back up. Let's step the right foot in and turn that left toe out as we come into warrior one. Front knee over the ankle, back leg is straight. Check in. And be sure you got it. And then from here, we're going to circle the arms up. Now, all the way up. Drop your shoulders. Let's turn the palms to one another here now. Yeah, roughly. And then behind your head. So lifting the heart. Once again, feel a great stretch in the chest when you do that. And take this little arc over, and if you need the chair, drop one hand to it. Come right back up. Oh, we're going to go the other way. Using the chair if you need to. Keep that front knee bent. Keep that back leg straight. Bring the hands together. Okay, I'm going to cross the knuckles. I'm going to bring the elbows in and see if we can lift them up off of the chest. Eagle arms. Stretching and breathing. Okay, we circle sweep, step both feet in as the hands swoop to the ceiling, upward salute, reach up. All right, use the chair if you need to, otherwise step back on that right foot, toe ball back, front knee over the ankle, and we do the very same thing again. So outside edge, it's going to circumvent, is that the word? Draw a circle. Circumscribe, thank you. And drop your shoulders. Let's turn the palms to one another. Bring them a little bit closer here. Yeah, and then drop them to the back of the head. And take the very same thing, pressing the elbows out. So here comes that first arc over. You want to fire on those core muscles. And right back up. You're challenging the balance, even if you're using your hand on the chair, it's okay. Come right back up. Bring the hands together. Cross the knuckles. I'd say cross the other way, but I don't remember which one it is. And then squeezing the elbows in down here. And then see how high you can lift them. Belly in. Now make that back foot really work. Make that front leg really work. And we're going to circle sweep the arms. Both feet together. Reach to the ceiling. Lovely. All right, you step back so you don't hit your face on the chair. Forward fold. Halfway rise. Slide up the legs. All right, this time we're going to slide down towards the knees, soften the knees here a little bit. Right arm comes out to the side. And using that left hand, I'm going to push into the knee a little bit and maybe lift that right arm to the ceiling. Up to you. Release back down. All right, it comes out to the side and depends on your flexibility and your spine and your shoulder strength, lifting it up. All the way back down, circle sweep. Come all the way to the ceiling. Deep breath in. And down. Shake out. Drink of water. Back. Fail failed to go over this chart. Did I ever do that in here? 1 means you're feeling great. That would have been the first of class. Number 2 means you're warming up, pushing a little, breathing deeper, stretching more. You should be about there right now. This just cracks me up. 3 is straining, overexerting, out of breath, losing balance. So what do you think, huh? Okay, from mountain pose, we should be in number 2. Walk, step, jump your feet out. Ta-da. Beautiful. Wide standing mountain pose, up into star pose. Clasp the hands over your head and bring them into your heart. I'm going to turn that right toe over the right ankle. And then from here, I'm going to keep squeezing my hands together. Sink into that knee and come right back. Heel the hand fingertips, squeeze together. Sink into that knee and come right back. I don't want you to anticipate that we're going into warrior 2, so you want to keep head over heart over pelvis, right to the front and back. And one more time, and we're going to hold this. So this is my new favorite way to get into this because everybody seems to get it right. Drop that left hand. Turn towards that right arm, maybe taking the gaze up. Maybe sink a wee bit more into that knee. There's a muscle memory here, and you know when that knee is over the ankle. You know when you've gone too far. You know when you haven't gone enough. So get knee over the ankle there. All right, let's bring that back on up once again. Head over, heart over pelvis. Drop your shoulders, everyone. And then we'll take the other arm. Look towards that arm. How lovely is that? This one I'm going to circle that arm down. Reach over to the right. Now from here, as you reach up, let that left shoulder roll back, and we're going to hold this right here. So extended side angle we got into. Now using the chair if you need to, it's just fine. I'm just going to try one more thing here. I'm going to let this right arm reach forward. So reach to me, and you'll notice this left shoulder will come back. Warrior 2. Hands to the heart. Deep breath in. And down. So let's turn that left toe. So from here, we're going to straighten that knee. And then we're going to sink into it. And then we'll straighten it. And sink into it. All right, straighten it. Keep the arms up and just sink into the knee. Everybody drop your shoulders. Thank you. And then that right arm goes down. And you turn towards that arm like, what is this thing here? Maybe taking the gaze up the arm a little bit. So you're going to lift the chin ever so slightly. Now firm up those legs. You know, we didn't always have yoga mats to use. And so we got yoga mats so we didn't have to work so hard in our legs. Imagine our legs are slipping out, so you want to pull up through the middle to hold you there. All right, come back to the front. We lift that arm up. Drop your shoulders. And then we go the other side. Turn towards that right arm. Follow the gaze, or follow the arm with your gaze. Pay attention to your breath. Okay, I'm going to circle that arm around and reach over to the left. And notice both of my shoulders are facing that left wall. And then as I lift that arm back up, both shoulders come to the front. Side angle, extended side angle now. Breathing deep. And you can use the chair if you like, and let's just try this option. Reach that hand forward to me. Reach a little bit more. That right shoulder will come back. Fire on your core muscles. Beautiful, beautiful. And we open back up. Warrior 2. Straighten the legs. Turn the toes to the front. And all the way down. Walk your feet in. Downward facing dog. Step on back. And turn that tailbone to the back wall. Now, I bet you need some kind of movement here. So I like to sink into one knee and let the opposite hip push back. And then I switch and sink into the other knee and push that other hip towards the back wall. And then going ahead and sink into both knees. Turn that tailbone a little more towards the ground. And then turn that tailbone towards the back wall, maybe up a little bit. Same thing with your knees bent. Tuck that tailbone, scoop the belly here. It's sort of like that cat and cow. And then up. All right, and then just come into some stillness and downward facing dog. So find what's comfortable for you. Maybe you need to bend the elbows a little bit. Maybe you can straighten them. If they have fallen down towards the earth, the elbows, see if you can lift them out to the side wall and create more space for your head to come down a little bit. All right, let's bring the hands back to the thigh muscles. We're going to reverse swan dive back up and take that little vinyasa. We forward fold, halfway rise. Heart moves towards the chair. All right, we're going to sink into the knees, come into that chair pose, right arm out to the side, twisted chair, and down, and then left hand out to the side, maybe twisted chair, and down, and then circle sweep, pass through the middle all the way up. And then circle the wrist down. I call that la-di-da with your hands. Like la-di-da. It should count. All right, grab a drink of water. Let's do this. Turn to the left wall. And you have that hand on the chair if you need it. You can use the chair for support if you need it. We're coming into our star pose. So my toes are turned out. One hand on the chair if you need it. Otherwise, turn that arm that's furthest away from me back to the up to the air as well. And take both. If that's comfortable for you, drop your shoulders, everyone. You can bend the elbows. That's okay. We come into our sunflowers now. I'm going to hinge at the hip. Circle sweep the arms down and then rise right back up. I want you to think about using the legs to get you back up. Let's keep going. So you're going to push through those feet, all right? Let me show you the illusion of squatting. All right? This is squatting. And we don't, what I have discovered about people who are getting older is they don't want to bend their knees because they're afraid they won't get up. Chair's right there. So bend your knees. Go ahead and use it. Use the chair. Don't let your head fall below the heart. And again. One more time. All right, all the way back up. Left hand on the chair. Right hand on the chair. Bend that left knee and arc over to me. Come back up nice and tall. Circle sweep that arm back to the chair. Both hands on the chair. Lift that left heel like you're pushing the grocery cart here now. Extend that right arm to the front. I'm going to keep hold of the chair with my left hand. And then I'm going to take this, reaching back behind me. So I've got twisted high lunge here. Now fire on the core muscles, and should you find balance, maybe challenge yourself. Maybe let that left hand reach over the chair, but don't go far from it until you're really sure. You're going to squeeze that inner thigh together. Beautiful. You might need to move forward there a little bit. Yeah. All right, circle sweep that top arm back. Step back to downward facing dog. Take a moment here and breathe. Catch your breath. You tend to hold breath whenever that happens, whenever we start to get frightened. All right, gazing over the chair. Step in on the left foot, back on the right, and we're going to take a couple of sunflowers here as well, using the chair if you need to. This is really about squats here. Getting those muscles of independence nice and strong. And again, push through the feet. It's beautiful. When it's done right, it's lovely. And I say that because you are only benefiting yourself. Push through one more time. Okay, so we're going to drop that left hand to the chair, bend the right knee, and let that right arm arc over towards the front. I should be looking at your palm here. Yeah, nice side stretch here. All right, so we'll sweep that hand down and around, both back to the chair, lift that right heel, and both toes are facing straight ahead. All right, high lunge. Whew. Maybe both arms, maybe one. And we're going to reach that left arm back. So now we're in twisted high lunge. If you find balance, let that right hand come forward. You should be upright in this. And that may mean you need to bend that back knee. It may mean you want to put that back heel down. That's fine. That's fine. But the moment you turn the gaze, the challenge happens, right? Drop your shoulders. Thank you. All right, coming back to the front. Deep breath in. Let's put hands on the chair, back to downward facing dog. I think I did everything. All right, and then taking the gaze over the chair. Take a little baby step into the chair. All right, we're going to sink into the knees right here. No, elbows. So elbows are going to draw towards the earth right here. Not out to the side. I want you to tuck them in and then let the heart come forward. Yeah, it's a little baby cobra. Yeah, go ahead and push right back up, straighten the legs. So I'm leaning into the chair a little bit. We're going to lower down again. Look towards the earth first, and then let the heart come forward. You feel that back flex and work. And then push back up. All right? Sink down, look towards the earth, and then bring the heart forward. Gazing up. Work that back. All right, step that right foot in a little bit more. We're going to lift that left foot to the back and let it leave the earth. So I have flexed my foot and just lifted the toe. We're going to pulse up. Now what happens, we tend to go off to the right? See if you can stay right over that chair. And maybe what would help is if you tuck that foot behind you a little bit more instead of out to the side. So tuck it in, that'll help you stay right on center there and pulse. Little micro bend in that supporting leg always. And as you pulse, I want you to squeeze the glute in the back of the leg. That will help. All right. And then lift it and hold it. Bring that front body into the back body and see if we can get this arm up in nice spinal balance. Now sink into that front knee until that back toe hits the ground. We're going to straighten that front leg. Windmill back. Straight legs. Everything facing this left wall. And we're going to come into triangle pose. So slide this right hand over the chair. You may use the chair if you'd like. Let that left arm reach skyward. Or you can put that right hand there on the leg. But everything looks to that left wall. So try not to look to me. Anytime you need to drop hands down, that's just fine. Keep them on the hip, on the chair. Don't feel like you have to take this. That's not accessible. Maybe turn the gaze. It's up to you. Just another bit of a challenge. All right, we're going to sink into that front knee, come back to warrior two, reach forward, circle sweep, step both feet in, deep breath in. And release down. All right, I can't remember how I got into that at all. No idea. So, oh, I know. We took airplane first. Yeah, spinal balance. Okay, so right foot goes back. And then, once again, the moment we leave the earth, we go off this way. So stay right over the chair. So just put the toe on the ground. Fire on the core muscles and flex that foot. There's no change in the body then, right? And here's where we pulse. So a pulse means you're going to squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. That back leg is straight. It's not wimpy, yeah? It's not just hanging, going along for the ride. 4, 3, 2, and hold it wherever you are. And now comes that spinal balance. You can reach forward. If you can get it up here, great. It's up to you. Stretch the fingers far from the right heel. Breathing deep. Now sink into that knee and drop that back toe down. You're going to windmill back. Straighten that front leg. And extend that left hand over the chair. Legs are straight. Always a little bend, right? Not straight, not locked. Slide forward to me, and here's our triangle pose. You can use the hand on the chair or the leg, but turn everything to the right wall. So try not to look back at me. Look to the right wall. And notice you have this beautiful long line from the crown of the head to the tailbone, right? So you haven't twisted the spine or shoulders or anything. Everything's nice and straight here. A little micro bend in that front knee, of course. Pushing the hips to the back wall will help this happen too. All right, coming into warrior two, you're going to bend that front knee. Look over the 2-piece fingers in the front. Windmill that back arm, back to downward facing dog. Deep breath. Now walk your right foot out to the right a little bit. We're going to sink into that right knee. In fact, maybe we take the right hand off of the chair and sink a little bit deeper. And then maybe we'll come back in and put the right hand on top of the left hand and push the hips to the back right diagonal. All right, go ahead and walk that foot back in. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Walk that left foot out. Sink into that left knee. Now, if you want to take that bend deeper, you may need to take that left hand off. What happens then? This right arm gets a nice stretch in it. And then you may want to walk it back in as you take the left hand on top of the right and push the hips to the right diagonal. Left diagonal. Yep, sorry. I put my feet on wrong this morning. All right, walking your feet back together. And back into mountain pose. So look down and be sure the heels are under the sit bones, and then take the hands on the thigh muscles. All right, we're going to reverse swan dive. So deepen this a little bit. Deep breath in. And then exhale. We're going to forward fold, halfway rise, and we're going to come into this chair pose, and we're going to hang here for a little bit. All right. So drop your shoulders, everybody. Yes. Look down. Can you see your toes? If not, let's push the hips back further. Yeah, be sure you can see your toes. Fire on those core muscles there. Breathing deep. Everything from the navel up should be pretty light. And then we're going to take this powerful pose. And in this, I want you to turn the tailbone towards the ground. Lift the heart. We're going to take a little sink deeper, and then like you're going to push the ceiling back up. Ooh. Circle down. La-di-da. Shake out your legs. Very, very good. All right, we drink some water, we come back, and we're going to balance. As if we haven't been doing that. Easy balance today. Step on out to the right. Wide standing mountain pose. And let's try to close our eyes here. Keeping hand near the chair if you need it. All those things are going to happen. I want you to be sure you've got all parts of your feet pressing into your shoes or the earth. You're going to turn that tailbone towards the earth a little bit so those knees will get a micro bend. Lift the pelvic floor. Pull the belly in. Lift the heart. Let the elbows slide in towards the waistline. My palms begin to press forward. And if you find that, maybe close your eyes. I like to keep fingers near the chair though. Put a little tuck in the chin as well. Isn't that amazing? All right, so let's bring hands to the heart. And there's your balance. No, I'm kidding. We're going to slide one foot in and then back out. Now, I have my hands at my heart. If you need the chair, use it. All right? Little push off. See if you can bring that foot up to the ankle and balance. And when you do that, think tall, right there. Nice and tall. Don't think down here. Think up here. Up. Makes a difference, huh? Up. 2 more times. We're going to hold the last time. All right. Here we go. We're going to hold this now. And this you need, if you need to drop down to sapling pose, so the mirror can see, so the video can see me, that's fine. I'm going to keep the leg up here. Let's see if we can come into our tree pose. And that's when I want you to push the foot into the calf. If you need the chair, get the hands back to the chair. As your heart reaching up as a branch, you find your tree pose. Think up. Think thin, front to back. Think strong. Let's see if we can come back to that wide standing mountain pose once again. Think strong like bull. All right, we're going to slide down the legs. Don't hit your head on the face, or face on the chair, and tuck your tailbone round up. Okay, release. Other side. 2 different legs. Let's see what happens here. So we'll start, same thing, little wide standing mountain pose. Nice and tall. Over the floor, belly in, chest lift, a little tuck in the chin, hands on the chair or your heart. Depends on what you need. And step out. Maybe begin to sink into that knee and come back. You feel that foot do this, that's a good thing. That foot is trying to balance, trying to tell your brain, here's where your balance is. And every time you come in, you think up. It'll make a difference. we're going to try to balance. Bring the foot in, put it on the ground, or lift it up towards the ankle. It's fine. It's up to you. It doesn't matter. Whatever works for you. Hands on the chair if you need it. I'm going to come into my tree pose. I can come into sapling pose with the toe on the ground. Hands on the chair. You find your tree pose for the day. Come back to your breath. Think tall. Think thin. Think strong, ever so strong. And then just smile. Reopen back out. Nice work. Slide down. Touch the tailbone round up. Now, like you're going to take your shirt off. Cross over. Hands up, around, and down. Press the elbows back. Stretching the chest. From here, let's take the hands into your back pocket here. Camel pose. Sink into the knees a little bit. And I sort of take the heel of my hand and just kind of press down because that's going to remind my tailbone to go down as well. Elbows back, lift the heart. Camel pose. Keeping that right hand there, that left hand's going to slide down towards the knee. I'm going to bend both of my knees here and then look towards the right wall. Guess where we are? Twisted chair pose. How about that? Okay, come on back up again. We'll start this all over. Take that hand back. And that's going to tuck the tailbone underneath you. Sink into the knees. Don't anticipate where we're going. Enjoy every moment of it. And then we're going to slide this left hand down. So you're going to have to sink into the knees a little bit deeper. And then look to the left wall. Don't look back to me. Don't look back to me. Oh. Lovely. Both hands on the knees. Look towards the ground. Look forward to me now. Bend the knees and round the spine and roll back up. It's funny, I say don't look to me, and 3 of you look back to me. Who, me? All right, grab a drink of water and we'll sit back down. Okay, Laura, I'll give you that much. Somebody in class last week said, I love when she says sit down. I think it was a Joanne. Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right, let's walk that right foot out. Back a little bit to the right. And you're going to use that knee, that's a hand, and hold that knee right there. And imagine somebody over here on the right said, thank you, on the left said something. So you're going to hold that knee there. It's going to want to start to buckle in. Keep it right there. Sit nice and tall and rotate that spine. In fact, let's think about this. Start in the hips, the ribs, the shoulders, and bend the chin. And you should feel a really nice stretch in the torso. And then maybe the eyeballs. Look behind yourself. All right, slowly come back to the front. I'm going to rest my elbow there. You're going to get this really nice stretch up the side of the body, and then I'm just going to arc this over. And then, as I've said before, imagine you have this little cactus sitting right here on your thigh. So you're going to want to lift that rib cage away from it and really make this an arc. If it's too much on with the arm up there, go ahead and drop it down wherever is comfortable for you here. All right, release, come on back up. I'm going to put my left hand on the chair. And then I'm going to slide my right foot out and turn the toe to the front. Now, if this gives you a cramp in your hip, go ahead and bring the heel in. That's okay. But see if you can get that outside edge of that foot on the ground. You know, when we're in Warrior 2, it's the same thing. You're getting that great stretch on the outside of that leg right there. Right hand crosses over. And again, we're going to start in the hips, the ribs, the shoulders, the chin, and look towards the left wall. I think I got it all right that time. Okay, that's why I'm not watching you. It's okay, it's okay. And then maybe the eyeballs, stretch them back as well. All right, come on back to the front. Let's see if we can keep that leg out there. And then hinge at the hip, come forward. Now you'll get a little deeper inner thigh stretch there. Yes. And then slowly push back up. All right, walk that foot back in. Lovely, lovely. Okay, other side, same thing. It's gonna go out to the side. And you're gonna hold that knee. By holding that, you feel that stretch right away. If you don't, and that thing starts to buckle in, the stretch goes away completely. So knee right over the ankle there. Sit nice and tall, turn back to the front. So you're gonna start sort of in the pelvis, and then the ribs, and then the shoulders, and then the gaze, and then the eyeballs. And that knee stays put, you're feeling a really nice inner thigh stretch there as you do that. And then take that deep breath. One more. All right, slowly come back to the front. I'm going to rest that elbow. And this is where that cactus is sitting right there on the leg, so you're going to want to lift that rib cage up and over. The arm feels good to me because it helps me in this twist, but if it's too much for you, please feel free to drop down, okay? I just happen to like that. And then let the heart come forward to me. See how that affects this instead of here. The heart comes, you're gonna spiral that rib cage underneath you ever so slightly. Yeah. Great. All right, lift back up. Now I'm gonna slide that left foot out, turn that toe to the front. I have to resituate myself here on the chair. So let that outside, that baby toe edge of your shoe, of the foot, grab the ground. You get a great stretch on that leg there. And a crossover, again, we start in the hips, the ribs, the shoulders, and the chin over the shoulder. Slowly coming back to the front, I'm going to take both hands on my right hip and hinge, or my leg and hinge at the hip. Yeah, just a little different stretch happens in that leg when all this happens. And then push back up. We didn't take this on the other side. We are going to take it on this side. This is gate pose, but I'm just gently going to rest my hand. There's no pressure here. I'm just going to reach to the ceiling, maybe a little arc, so let the shoulders slide down, but no pressure on this leg at all. Turning the gaze. Gate pose, G-A-T-E. And just imagine you did it on the other side. The policeman isn't here today. We all know who he is. If he's listening. Deep breath in, we forward fold. Look down towards the toes, halfway rise. Breathing deep, and then circle sweep. Catch the wind, let it come up. And while you're reaching up, roll the tailbone back. All right, all the way up. I'm gonna bring that right leg up, and I'm gonna cross over at the ankle. If this is not accessible to you, you've had hip replacement, hip trouble, knee trouble, you've been told not to cross the midline, or this doesn't feel good, go ahead and drop it on the ground, right? You know who you are, it's just fine. And you can support it, you can open it, press that low back forward and really feel that stretch, that lengthen happen. Wow, fabulous. We've come a long way with this, I think. Maybe hinge forward, maybe I call this waterfall. You're just gonna reach the hands over in front. And you feel, ooh, yeah, that feels a little bit different when I do that. And some of you are ready to forward fold over the leg, that's fine too. And this is a deep stretch. So take that deep breath in, stay with the hold for a moment, long exhale. Let's do that again. Deep breath in, hold for a moment, and exhale. Ooh, you really feel it let go then. All right, let's slide that leg off. Hands on the back of the chair, elbows point to the back of the chair, and just lift the heart. Take the feet just a little bit wider. We're going to round over this great big beach ball. So round, scoop the belly, come forward, and then round right back up. I need to take a little once around here first. All right, just a little bit. And then we'll move to the other leg. All right. So up comes the other leg. And once again, foot on the ground if that feels better to you. I'm told not to do this. sure this right foot is under the knee. We tend to want to tuck it under here, and that makes it a little bit easier. So get everything lined up here. Keep the foot flexed, open the hip, support the hip. Maybe the hands, if you're going to hinge forward, do it with a straight back first. And then a forward fold. And let's do that. Take that deep breath in, hold for a moment, and then make that exhale extra long. Again. Coming up and out of this. Again. Big beach ball right here in front. Deep breath in. Scoop the belly round over it, navel towards the spine. Breathe into the back ribs here. Lift them to the ceiling. And exhale, come right back up. And we're going to go around the world one more time. If you remember what way you went the last time, go the other way. So from the tip of the sit bones, oh, I know what we didn't get, just that one last kind of plank position, toe up, toe down, with the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades, just lifting the heart here, the head doesn't have to fall back. All right, and then we're gonna sit back in the chair and bring that right knee in towards your chest, sort of like happy baby pose. I guess you'd say like seated happy baby pose, half happy baby pose. We're not gonna lift the other leg up. And then take the other side. Yeah, you could circle the ankle. But it gives your back a nice stretch there. One last. All right, come right back up. Walk your hips back to the back of the chair. And any stretch you feel like you didn't get that you want, this is your chance to take it. Whatever you didn't get, go ahead and do it. And then roll the spine back into the chair. Open the eyes really wide, and shut your eyes real tight. And then just let the entire face relax. You feel the teeth unclench, the eyebrows unfurl, the ears release down. And we got 2 minutes, or 3 minutes today, right? Here we go. I'm watching the clock, don't worry. And settle in. Feel that front body sink to the back body. Enjoy the stillness.